Lately been feeling so godly, undefeated and no one can stop me. Man, it's not to get lonely to top me. These niggas been hating and plotting, cause I stack and been chasing that broccoli. But I race to the top like I'm Rocky. Kick me down, but I came up. Bitches on me cause my chain's up. In a foreign now, switching lanes up. Yeah. See, I'm acting different like I'm famous. Mad at me cause my wave up. Man,
what's good, everybody? It's Island Talk. We're back today with a lovely guest. I have Miss Leia Face with us today.
Hey, y'all.
Yes. And I usually like to let people introduce themselves. How you like to be introduced?
My name is Leia. Laya. Leia, not Layla.
Not Layita.
Layita. I like that. I like that.
Okay.
But yeah, it's Leia. Like Star Wars. That's how you say it. Okay. For anyone who wants to know in the world.
The real way.
That's how you say it. But that's me.
Birth name or stage name?
That's my stage name. So, it's a funny story. My last name is Ayala.
Okay.
So, backwards, it's Alea. And so I just kind of took the A out.
Oh, that's so cute. Yeah. I never knew that's where that came from.
So that's just kind of how that happened. So it's like a remix of my real last name, basically.
So it is like your name.
It's still kind of my name, basically. So we just remixed it up.
Yes, and you're from Staten Island, correct?
Yes, I am.
What part of Staten?
I'm from Park Hill.
I'm
from Park Hill originally. I live in New Brighton right now.
Okay.
But yeah, so like I've been in New Brightonite
for some time.
For almost 10 years though. But originally, so like you could say I'm kind of almost from New Brighton now.
Okay.
But
so you claim the new.
So you jacking new.
Now I do.
Okay,
but technically, originally I'm from Park Hill. Originally I'm from
I lived in New Brighton too, and I started claiming it, but it was like for 3 years.
Yeah,
I was like, I'm from New Brighton now, but I knew everybody.
Wait,
because I'm
I live in St.
George.
Oh, all right.
Did you go to Curtis?
No. I went to Curtis like my first year, but see that whole first year, I really didn't go to school because I was like a serial cutter.
It was the hell for you.
Your freshman year?
Yo.
You just didn't go.
Okay,
what were you doing?
Because I came from Catholic school. Like I'm born and raised in Staten Island. I went to St. Mary's on Bay Street. From like kindergarten to 8th grade.
Almost Catholic school.
And so once I went to public school and I had freedom to do what I want, no one was watching me. And it was so big. I went from like the tiniest school where I was at my whole life, everyone knew me. Like so and my attendance was perfect. If I missed a day, like they knew I was gone. But now I was in this big school and like no one knows who I am. And this is great. Like I could just dip off. And so like me and like the friends I made, we would just get on the boat in the morning. We would like go like we going to school, but we would get on the boat in the morning, go to Brooklyn and Fulton Street, and we would just like boost stuff. Like we would just be like just
causing havoc.
Yeah, we would just be stealing shit from like all the stores in Fulton Street, and like it was bad.
Good time.
So yeah, but I was there for like my first year. Then after that, I was in New Beginnings. I don't know if any of y'all knew what that was, but it was basically like rehab for credits.
Yeah,
like you go there for a year,
like Concord,
and like it was like the prequel to Concord.
Oh, okay.
So like you went there for a year, got caught up on your credits. It was basically like in an office building, but it was like the littest like school experience I ever had. Honestly, if I could have graduated from there, I wouldn't. Everybody that was there would have. Who was that? I think DJ Moody was in there with me.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
They probably just giving y'all credits though, right?
No, we were actually doing the work. And when I was there, like I was like one of the like top ones in my class. Okay. And because it was so small, the problem was it wasn't that none of us was smart. It was that everyone in there was just a serial cutter.
Yeah.
We all just didn't like to go to school. And people that are smart don't like to go to school.
Right.
So it was once they had us, okay, now like we're in trouble. Now if we miss school, like it's gonna be our ass. So now we're doing what we have to do, and so we're succeeding. We're doing great now, and so that was cool. We went on a lot of trips because it was all paid for by the city. Because we're like delinquent kids, and like they're like change their life, take them somewhere.
Take those tax
so we went like everywhere. We went to Six Flags twice. Like it was lit. It was really fucking lit.
What grade was that?
That was like my second year of high school.
Okay.
And then from there, because we were all sad, you were only supposed to be there for 1 year. Like you can't, and then you have to like go back to either your high school or like you gotta go back to jail. You gotta go back to fucking jail. But no, you basically basically have to go like back to your regular school or to another school. So after that, I went to Concord, and I graduated from Concord.
Because, were you making music back then?
Oh, I what yeah.
I feel like you've been making music since I was in high school.
Okay, no, yes. Okay, because it starts off me singing in the lunchroom and shit, and everybody know me for that, and they're like, oh yeah, I remember you singing in the lunchroom, like when I was in school, I was cut.
So when the grinding beat came on and the lunch table, you was laying it down?
Oh we would have the little, they have the little ciphers or whatever, and I get on there on the hook, what I mean, it was just tape, they doing the fucking Pharrell beat on the fucking table and shit, it was like back then.
There's always some kid in one of those.
But I think I was like 16 when I started recording for the first time. This was with Hugh Hef. I'm sure y'all know, some of y'all know him from the island.
Yeah.
And this is back when he was like, he had just like been on like 106 and Park. And like Staten Island's big for Staten Island, like, you know what I mean? And he lived like in the neighborhood, like same neighborhood as me or whatever. And he heard me sing, and he was the first one to bring me into a studio and record, like.
Wow.
And
shout out to him.
So would you say he started your musical career?
Well, I mean,
help started.
It was. He was the first one. He was the first one from like the hood to like put his arm around me and be like, "Yeah, yo, you good? Like I like you. Like you got it." Like he was the first one to like really embrace me in a way, and kind of like and this is like back in like 2006. So this is high school. I was still in high school.
So you had a MySpace popping with the music and everything?
Oh yeah.
Nice.
MySpace. Don't get me started with the MySpace. Hold on, let me take the start. Well,
I know you was probably mad extra. You was probably mad extra in your page.
Hold on, I was. She was Leia LaRoche back then. No, LaRoche.
Let me tell you, I was Leia Williams first.
Sorry.
This is super old. Okay, we're going back. Okay.
Hey, if you remember the top 8 and like run that.
I don't remember who my top 8 was. I'm gonna be totally honest with you. I don't remember, but I do. I was like a master of like the HTML codes.
That was
so. Oh my god, I had like my custom fucking everything. I had music playing. I had all types of shit, like all of that. Like I remember. I don't know if you know Kesh. She's like a designer. She's from the UK. Anyway, like these are like people I follow on Instagram now that I've been following since MySpace and shit. And these were like people I looked at and I was like, yo, your page is sick. Like, you're fucking awesome. Like, I want to be like you. Like, and I would just make my page to be as spectacular as I could fucking make it. That and like Skonex. Y'all remember Skonex?
I remember Skonex. That was the original.
Short-lived, but it was out there.
Wait, so what was one of your songs on your profile? Do you remember?
Okay.
Some lovely shit.
Yo, no, and it's so mixy, and I feel so terrible that I'm saying it. But I mean, years have passed. It's okay. But the only one I remember because it was drama. I put a Katy Perry. I Kissed the Girl. Oh. My boyfriend at the time did not like that one.
He was like, look at this girl.
I just remember that was drama. That's
I'm about to get him mad.
Yeah, like
I Kissed the Girl and I liked it.
You know what I mean?
The songs you should really be your mood. Like, oh, why she got that song?
Yeah, like that was your status.
Yo, let me hit you up.
Yeah.
Good. Like, what's
that was a
party? It's the mood. It was a whole mood. The song shit. That's crazy.
Katy Perry was hot in 06.
MySpace had the whole formula. Like, if you can incorporate that today with adultish,
that's a fact.
Like maybe it's because it's not like adultish. Like it's too much going on your page to be. Business. A lot of people use their social media for business,
right?
So it's a lot going on. You got a song, you got a video.
But I like that it was customizable.
I think Snapchat.
It was like Facebook, but your profile you could make it like your website.
Yeah, because you can't do that with these ones now. Like
you just put your shit on there.
Yeah,
wait,
is MySpace still out there? Words.
MySpace does exist still. Like you can still go to MySpace.com and like log on to your thing. But it's like used for like music, I think now or something.
Yeah, but like, who's
on there? No one's on there.
Who's doing that
though? I don't know one person. It's like the Simpsons is still on, but who watches it?
Like who listens to
be surprised? That's like an American thing.
Yeah, but I never heard anybody say, "Oh, I gotta get back home. I gotta get back home because I got the Simpsons on DVR."
But the Simpsons be telling the future. So sometimes it's worth checking because a lot of stuff that they said ends up like happening and the memes come out.
Oh yeah. But that's because everything's told to you, little do you know, through television and movies forever.
Yeah.
True. That's another conversation.
Yeah. Let's not get deep
And my third eye got open on that one.
It's another day. But yes, The Simpsons be knowing. It's fun.
So, growing up, who was like some of your influences? I know you said MySpace, you was looking up to people.
Oh, yeah.
Who drives you in music?
Oh, in music?
Past, but when you coming up now.
Coming up, it was the girl groups, like the R&B girl groups and
Spice Girls.
Spice Girls definitely, but Destiny's Child heavy, 702 heavy.
Total.
What was XV?
SWV.
Always get that shit.
Black, even though they were like a little blip. TLC. I was into Erica as well. Aaliyah and Brandy. I would say Brandy real strong heavy.
I love Brandy.
No, Brandy's lit.
I was really like I remember.
She's underrated.
I remember second grade with the album with the
Never Seen Never. Like artists around that time when Brandy was coming up.
I was singing them songs
especially
like
driven.
Yeah, and it was funky. Like that's just when R&B was like. Yeah, it was in its like golden age of shit.
Lauryn Hill was kind of my I think she's my goat, to be honest. I love her, bro.
Yeah,
so fire.
Yeah. But stuff like that. So my influences, like coming up, was definitely like all the R&B girl groups and shit like that. And even still into high school, that we get into like Sierra and like whatever. And
shout out to Russell Wilson.
Yeah.
I just always think of Russell Wilson whenever I hear Sierra automatically.
Yeah. God bless them.
But yeah, and of course, above all, like Missy Elliott, because I mean, she wrote half of the songs from all these girl groups that I love.
Yeah, I do. See
most of the songs that I really like
when
I grew. By the time I didn't know when I was growing up, like at the time, but as I got older and I realized, like, oh shit, like she was behind all.
She was ahead
this
of
is
her
why
time.
I like this shit so much, like so yeah, definitely that. And now. The people who inspire me now, I'm definitely inspired by Thundercat and Drum, who now goes by Shelly.
Drum changed his name to Shelly?
Yeah, he did. He did. He is on a whole nother level, and I'm so here for it. He's giving you like funk R&B.
Drum was always good. He knew how to make music.
He's giving you like he's coming in some whole other wave, like some like new wave George Clinton or somebody like. And I'm so here for it because I love funk as well because like that's just like family. Come on, you grow up funk barbecues and shit like. So I love it. He's going definitely down that lane. So he's inspiring me a lot as well lately. And Tyler the Creator a lot.
Oh, I like Tyler.
Yeah.
You like Kalani?
Kalani, she's really talented. I'm not gonna lie. I don't really listen to a lot of her music.
I love her shit. Please listen.
Okay, please listen.
That's what
I love Kalani, bro. Nah, I don't. Nah, she's not even really my type. I like her music though a lot.
Speaking about,
but she has a great voice. I do love how she sounds on records. But it's some people. Sometimes my friends, I don't know, they call me like cold blooded or whatever. But it's just like I just need shit to slap and hit me in a different way. Like there's a certain this.
What are you looking for though? What's your sound right now? Like what's your go to? What song you playing right now? You go in the car.
I like what I've listened to a lot. Tia Corinne.
I don't know who that is.
She's a rapper. I'm not exactly sure where she's from, but I think she's phenomenal. She's like starting to blow up now. She's like on her own trajectory.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I know who that is either.
She's really, really dope. But she's a rapper, but she just has this unique tone to her voice. Like it's her on the record. She knows how to flow on the record. She knows how to be in pocket. She knows how to. I don't know. It's just it's music to my ears, and I'm not into like every female rapper like that. I don't know. I'm an R&B head at the end of the day, really.
Me too.
You know what I mean?
Knows me knows.
So I'm not into like a lot of just especially like pussy rap. Like it's fun sometimes, but like her though, it's different. It's some whole other vibe. So I don't know. I'm when I leave here, I'll probably be listening to some of her.
So I gotta ask, since you're in the R&B too, are you slandering men in your songs or are you embracing them? What's your take? Like, are you?
Oh, it depends on the mood. Let's be real. Like, it depends on the mood. Like, sometimes, because one man can make you feel one way one day and,
Juddy loud.
you know what I mean? Or whatever. Or, right, the dude make you feel one way one day and make you feel another way another day. Like,
so fellas do better.
No, I mean, but that's real life. No, but because I've written
the
songs.
beauty comes from both ends of being really happy and being really
Because, for example, like Bitter. Like, I like Bitter. Like, Bitter, we can, I guess, connect to bittersweet, right? Or like something sour. Like something you expected maybe to perhaps go different. And I know you got the lemon on right now. And I know
Let's talk about Bitter. It's your newest single.
Was that influenced by your man? Like, the writing process?
Oh, no. That wasn't influenced by my man at all, actually. That was more influenced by my relationships with just other people in general. Okay. Or people.
So including women.
Yeah. Right, I would say business specifically more towards other women. Because typically, and it's unfortunate, but typically it's the other women that feel bitter most of the time more, you know what I mean?
Right.
And it's just, and the song is really, okay. The song, like, it kind of came about when my producers made the beat. They sampled me. I think they sampled On Site. Matter of fact, I think that's what the sample is.
That's dope.
But when I heard it, it sounded like the voice was saying like, "They don't want it with you, oh, with you." Like, and I was like, "Yeah, they don't want it with you. Like, they don't want it with you." And I'm like, okay, so I'm like, they don't want no smoke. Can't burn what I told. So I'm like, all right. So I'm already. It's coming from that space of kind of that angst of just like, why you trying me? Or why do you feel away? Because you shouldn't even
like,
feel
what
away.
is the issue?
You really and then it's just a lot of truth in the record because I'm even talking about like, you know, how many emails did you make to wear a catfish as your face? And it's like, because it's happened to me in real life. Like, people that I've had relationships with have then turned and become catfish. Like, I didn't know that they were the fucking catfish. And, you know, and then they you know what I mean? Like, they just, people are weird. People are just very weird.
Right.
So it was at the time when I think maybe subconsciously I was hearing in the sample it sounded like they don't want it with you because I was going through that at the time. You know what I mean? So it was like, but I was just feeling that way at that time, and I was like, I'm gonna talk about it. Like, so
and it's a fucking hit.
Thank you.
Yeah, that shit slaps. I fuck with
the chorus is very catchy. We were talking about like the visuals. Like the visuals are very out there. Like the color theory. I'm seeing the color relationships, like contrasting colors.
Yeah.
Like it seems very intentional. And I guess to go back to like the Tyler thing, I think the wildest thing I heard is just that you're making this all by yourself. Like you could delegate all of this if you wanted to, but the fact that you're taking full ownership from top to bottom, it shows. The results are shown for sure.
Thank you. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work.
Are you open to like delegating it in the future or something like?
Oh yeah, like I mean, at the end of the goal is to like get the budget and pay other people to do these things. Like I mean, I'm flexing my muscle with letting you know that I'm doing it on myself.
Right.
So that y'all know that I'm serious, because I take me serious. You know what I mean? So I want y'all to know that I'm serious, and I will do any and everything in my power to bring my vision to life, with or without a budget. Right. You know what I mean? That's the point that I'm making. So for me, at the end of the day, the goal is, right, to get a team of people to do these things and to help me do these things so they can be better. They can be bigger. And because, I mean, I have ideas. If that's what I'm doing, like I said, I shot that video and the last 2 videos before that with my phone, on my iPhone. I don't even have a camera right now.
You shot
those
on
2
videos.
Bitter and
Sailor Moon on
this phone right here.
iPhone. Was that an iPhone 12?
7.
No excuses.
I don't want to hear
it.
That is like the shit when you
don't even have
that music choice channel when they tell a couple facts about you. She shot Sailor Moon and Bitter on the iPhone 7.
I don't even have portrait mode. I don't got like the super 3 eyeballs.
Shorty is out here making it happen.
For your next video, I got you.
Yo,
you ain't right.
Because like I had put out like a performance video and some of that footage, like one of my producers, his phone, you know, is one of the newer iPhones, and he shot it, you know, and it's like 4K, like from his phone, and I'm looking at it like, wow, like, oh my God, like this is great, like, you know, because the shit I've been working with, I'm trying to make it look as crystal as I can get it to look, and again, like, that I shot it on my phone. The space that I have to shoot is very narrow. So if you notice in my videos, I'm not moving a lot because I don't have much room to move Otherwise, I'll get cut out of the shot. Like, my arm will go missing if I do this too much, or if I step out. Like,
the looks are giving the statements too. Because
so
your looks, your makeup, your hair, like she does all that though. Like, it's not just the editing, it's not just the making, it's literally every single thing.
And the paper lashes, like I made the paper lashes and stuff. I wanted to do that so bad because I love like drag queens and shit. So I've seen the queens do it, and I'm like, ooh, I want to do that so bad. But yeah, like, so I did everything I could to make it as visually stimulating and entertaining, knowing that I wasn't be able to move very much. So I'm like, I have to make this as spectacular as I can, and as we're gonna pan in and out. We're gonna get the camera spinning. This is gonna be colored. This is gonna be colorful. Everything's gonna be great. Like, because I didn't have much room. Even the shots with me and Theta, who's my best friend who played the villain in the video, we took those shots separately because I didn't have enough room to get both of us in the same shot. Yeah. So I had to do... And
this, you doing all this without any, like, film training, film background? No. This is self-taught?
Yeah, the school of YouTube, and just like I watch a lot of TV and movies. That shit
don't mean nothing.
No, I watch a lot of TV and movies. We all watch stuff, so it's like, I know what I feel like it's supposed to look like.
Right.
So I just make it look like what I feel like it's supposed to look like.
I'm gonna tell you something right now. Like, I have a film background, and honestly, what you're doing is super freaking impressive. Like, I mean, like,
thank you.
And just because I got a background doesn't mean anything, honestly. But just because you attest to that, like, you literally doing that shit. No training, no nothing. So that's super impressive.
And to add on to the resume, we got to flex out the numbers. We got to let the people know that you got videos on YouTube with over 100K. Like, that's real. And
because people are getting in tune, which it's like so overdue.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no, your props are so good. Like I said, you've been making music since I was in high school.
Yeah,
right. Since you were in high school too, forever, and you've continually done it and have gotten better and stuck to your craft, and it shows. And I feel like. The box is wide open for you. Like, you haven't even touched where you want to go yet. It feels like talking to you and your presence. You have a presence to you.
Thank you.
And that's the main thing.
Star quality.
It does. You have the star quality.
Would you ever think about? I know you said before that you want to delegate and stuff like that. But would you ever think about finding a lane where you direct and maybe edit it and do that?
I would feel like I will always be creative director, at least of my shit. I feel like I'll always have a hand in it. Absolutely, like. It's still my vision, you know what I mean? So I think I'm always going to be involved in some way.
Are you open to doing that for somebody else?
No, I can see you definitely doing somebody else for sure.
Okay, but here's the thing, because it's been like, okay, like once upon a time, right? When I first started like editing my own videos, which, they were crap compared to what they are now. But like when I first started doing it, there was a photographer friend of mine who had shot some footage for some other artist, like music video, and was like, look, we'll pay you just to chop it up or whatever. And I was like, yeah, sure, no problem, because I'm thinking, sure, it's a little bit of money and I can just chop up a video, no problem. I know how to do this. And I didn't care. I wasn't invested. I didn't necessarily like the song because it wasn't, it didn't feel the same, and I felt like it reflected in the work that I ended up doing. Like, it really wasn't my best thing because I didn't feel anything for it, and it was just like a job. Like, I'm just doing it, and I feel like it was almost not even worth me putting my name on. I was almost embarrassed because it's like, that's not really good. Like, and not because of them, but because it was like I wasn't invested. So I've been approached, since I've been putting out these videos, I've been approached by people. How much do you charge? And I kind of feel like there really isn't a price right now. Like, I dedicate that time. It took me a long time. When I started working on that video in January. You know what I mean? From concept to building the digital scenes to then going out, buying the clothes, to dressing it up, to shooting the footage, to then editing everything, making it look the way it needed to. And I don't even have the best computer either. Like, I was speaking to you guys briefly before. My laptop is probably, I think it's like a 2012 MacBook Pro, and I record my music on there. I'm editing photos and videos, and I'm doing special effects, and I'm doing way too much.
You're recording your music off your laptop?
Yes.
She records in
I record myself in my bedroom, and I mix everything. Yes, everything you've heard, I mix, and then...
Is that, but why? Why don't you want to go to the studio?
Because...
You're not a social person?
I guess I'm a social person, but when I'm creating, I'm not social.
You don't want no one in your way.
No, I don't, because when I hear whatever it is that I hear, I want to get in my groove. Like, I just want to be alone.
The slightest statement could probably turn you off.
Not even the slightest statement, but it's just outside influence. I feel like, let me get out what I need to get out first, and then I'll play it for you. And then if I want to go back and tweak something, or if you're like, oh, you should do this or whatever, and if I want to go back and change something, I'll change it. But I want to get my idea first. Like, I want to get that out first. And I don't know, I guess I'm also an only child, so I'm used to being alone. I'm used to having just my own space and going into my room and nobody's there, and I can just do what I need to do.
That's crazy.
So I've recorded, it's funny because the song 2 Up that was on my first EP, it was, I recorded that in Atlanta. One of my producers, he lives in Atlanta, and he has, in the basement, he's got his whole studio built, and it's like a spaceship in there. It's like spectacular, right? It's a whole big studio, like phenomenal. And the whole time we out there, I was upstairs in the bedroom in the closet, like recording. I had my microphone hanging from the bar, and I was sitting on the pillow with my laptop recording. And then I came downstairs and I plugged my shit up and I played what I was working on, and it was like, get your ass back up in the closet. Like, and they were like, because at first they were like kind of upset and almost, I didn't want to offend anybody. Like, I don't want to come downstairs and record. Like, I'm on some diva shit. But I'm like, I don't feel comfortable. Like, I'd rather just go in the closet. Like, and they're like, you sure? Like, you just going to be in the closet? Like, and I'm like, yeah, I just want to be in the closet. Like,
would you consider that maybe like a little bit of pressure from people watching you and feel like you have to like go out of your way to like put on a show as opposed to just doing it on your own?
You know what it is? It's everything. I feel like everything that I've done or built is all like out of necessity. So I started recording myself because, one, I didn't have the money to pay for studio time, and 2, I wanted the convenience to be able to take my time, because I'm not a rapper. Like, I can't just get in there and 1-2 takes, I just lay down my verse and I'm done. Like, I have to, if I mess up or I feel like, oh, that was flat, I gotta do it again. And I guess I'm also by nature, like, I don't know, like, I like everybody to feel comfortable, and I don't know, maybe something about me, I hate telling, like, the engineer, like, can I do that again? Can we do that again? Can we do that again?
Yeah.
Can we do that again? Like, I hate that. So when I got my microphone and everything, I was like, all right, well, I can just work it out and figure it out myself, and I can kind of get my flow. And once I started doing that, I got so comfortable with, as soon as I'm recording, and I press the button, and I'm like, boop, and I have like a flow now. So it's like, I don't need another person there to press a button for me.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? When that's really all an engineer is there for, at least initially. Like, you know what I mean? I bring an engineer in later, or somebody to mix and kind of, you know, maybe help make it sound bigger, or, you know, like maybe move things around or whatever. But initially, for the recording process, I like to be by myself.
What's your dream feature?
My dream feature? Sheesh. My dream feature would be Tyler, the Creator.
Shout out to you.
Yeah, shout out to Tyler,
because for a fact, I'm sure, like, if one, you know, like I was mentioning, like, as soon as we saw the reference, and like, it's pretty much adjacent, right? And I guess similar to his case, it's like you just got to keep working, because like in his case, he wasn't blowing up for quite a bit. Like, it was just always like the same thing, but you control what you can control, and like you mentioned, you know, just keep going at it.
Well, he touches every avenue. That's why.
Yeah.
He stays true to himself, and that's ultimately why the fangirl in me is a fangirl, right? Because he inspires me as an artist, right? It's just be yourself. Yeah. He never wavered from being himself until the world got to know him, and now is a fan of him because he's just him.
Right.
You know what I mean?
He's
so
grinding.
yeah, and he creates everything. I mean, he's Tyler, the Creator, right? Mm-hmm. So he creates everything, you know, essentially himself. He like I was saying, I will probably always be creative director in anything I do, because it's my universe. I'm creating this Lay universe in a way. It's this own little thing going on. Like, so it's like, that's my brainchild. That's my baby. So it's like, it's going to grow. It's going to develop. And and in time I will, have more people to help and to make it bigger and to make it better. But, you know, it's still always going to be my baby, and my brainchild will always have my stamp on it. It'll always have that Leia-esque, whatever, sync touch to it, or whatever that is. But it'll always be there, yeah.
So what's the future projects looking like?
So, okay. So I do have an EP that I do want to put out.
Okay.
I don't have any dates yet because I do think I probably want to put out some singles before that.
Okay, all right.
Or
have the street
or
No, just singles. Because to be honest, I have a lot of music.
Terabytes.
To be like
clips are loaded.
To be transparent, I have a lot of music really just kind of sitting in the tuck. And honestly, I haven't recorded maybe in the past few months because I have so much music. And it's not that I can't record more, but it's like I have so much still that I want to put out. So it's really all about, I'm collectively overall, I'm an artist. So it has to make sense for me. It has to work. I like to build off of, I like to take the song and then create a whole thing around it.
Yeah, so you got a name for this EP?
I do, but I don't want to say that yet.
Right.
I don't want to say that yet.
I don't talk exclusive.
I don't want to say that yet because then everybody's going to be bugging me about it. Yeah. And it's like, it's not ready yet.
When such and such drop in.
Yeah, but I do have like a playlist of things. And it's cool because I've gotten to know, like, there's people now that ask me, like, fans and people I don't know in the world, that they like, we're ready for a project and we want a project. I'm like, really? Like, great. Because I got one.
Yo, you deserve it.
I'm sure you got an Asian community off of Sailor Moon alone, like, just off rip. You know, those people out there, they waiting too.
No, not for nothing, though. My streams in Japan are actually really nice. Yeah.
Shout out to
the other countries. I feel like it's so much more in tune with what's going on around them.
They show more love.
UK is like, it's always like neck and neck with like the US for like my numbers and stuff.
Yeah.
Like UK, but also the UK, like, they love R&B. Like, they love singers out there. Like, they're really heavy on just singers and stuff. So that's why I think they just like gravitate towards me. And I get a lot of like love from people out there.
You need the world. You got the Tokyo, London World Tour right there set up.
Oh yeah, I'm supposed to be going to the UK next spring.
Oh,
there's like a festival happening out there. Yeah,
perform.
Yeah,
hey.
Yeah. I mean, it's next spring, so it's almost like a whole year away. But
and definitely before we close out, we're gonna
play a song. Let's
play that.
Let's play Bitter.
You know, don't be bitter, ladies, men.
I love it.
Let's play
it. Stream Bitter.
Stream it.
Stream it.
Share it.
Stream it. Just don't be
YouTube it. IG
share it.
Do all of that.
All the things.
Everything.
All the things.
That's right. Dance to it.
Yes.
Do the same
Especially
thing
that.
for the Island
Make
Talk.
a TikTok.
Do the same thing for the Island Talk page too, man.
Right. Subscribe.
Like, subscribe, follow, share.
All the things.
That's right.
Right?
We here right now.